to shake things up.
Yeah, I mean, he's about to be an iceberg for OMO Abyssinian if they just run straight into him again and end up capsizing. This is their chance at an all-expense-paid trip to Yokohama. That's what I'm saying. But, you know, this is the makings right now. We have a game number 3. And honestly, with the way all these teams have been playing, it's been spectacular. Now, this is something I pointed out earlier on. This Lapras is not something we've actually seen Orangutan really gravitate towards. So I'm interested to see exactly how they pilot it or who chooses to pilot it. That's going to open up the avenue for JR Absent to grab his famous Hooper, as well as Luis to get back on that comfortable champion.
Yeah, and now Shingdi gonna be going back into the trio. BKZ now trying to go in for the Lapras, which we've seen definitely do a lot as well. I mean, even into the side of Abyssinian, right? Like, it doesn't matter which team gets the Lapras. Whoever gets that is going to provide so much utility and so much crowd control as well, allowing the other teams to just freely attack. But here comes Shua with that of the Zoroark.
Yeah, I mean, Shua, he already has shown us how strong he can be, and Tempest going back for the Siggy, and oh boy.
Oh.
Okay. No way. No way!
Wait, what is happening with Orangutan right now?
And they're going monkey mode. They're going absolutely monkey mode here. Orangutan, Ice, picking up that Greedent, and Ikura back on the Sableye. What am I watching, JJ?
Dude, I
This
don't
is
know
the most
this
is the most anti-central area strategy I've seen ever. You have Ikura, who's gonna be so pesky and annoying. But here's the crucial thing: you're not gonna have a lot of sustain for Z-Ray, for BKZ, and for Shingdi. Shingdi's gonna get his hands on the dojo again, but it comes at a cost. Take a look at OMO Abyssinian. Their team just looks, you know, cookie cutter, perfect, no funny business. And on the flip side, Orangutan, you have nothing but monkey business.
It's well, I mean, they just live up to their names. It's a monkey strong together, you know what I'm saying?
True.
It's the Onga Bonga kind of strategy here that we're gonna be seeing here. A lot of their Pokemon here are very squishy, especially that goes to show with that of the trio. We have the Mew as well, and of course we have Ikura as well into that of the Sableye. But the bulkiness will have to come from Ice and that of the Greedent, and of course we have the Lapras as well. But the question is, would they be able to dish out enough damage against Abyssinian? But I mean, at the same time, you know, if I'm gonna be asking that question, Orangutan was already in this place where they had the disadvantage of sort of like the power, the raw power, but they were still able to win. So let's just find out what this monkey business is from Orangutan to the business that of OMO Abyssinian in this game number 3. Perhaps we might be able to see a grand finals reset. Let's have a champion time.
We'll have to wait and see exactly. I'm most interested to see how this Sableye plays here. I historically have seen it, you know, just cause havoc in the central area, play a bit of interference, but already Ikura putting on a lot of pressure onto Miva and could actually get this KO if Miva's not careful. So just being such a nuisance in this top part.
It's actually quite interesting as well, where Ikura is really the one that's being the one that's just putting in the pressure, just being the one in front, where they're not really like they don't really have any sacking items as well. They're running in the Floatstone, XP share, and the focus band. But as I say that, it is going to be BKZ going to be taken out first in this game.
I don't know if you saw that. That was the most insane play I've seen ever. Right when the Miva squatter was about to go down, JR Absent holds the Magician exactly for that moment, pops the Citrus Berry, walks out of the way, and lets Miva grab it, saving him in that situation. Now, beautiful rotation coming out. They're trying to finish off Tempest, but the body slam coming forward. The goals the goal getter, allowing that Ingredient to score a little bit, but they're forced to retreat despite having the number advantage. And now, onto this Zoroark, but that's the wrong target. The resets are through, and they may manage to get out of there. Okay, Schwa, not a lot of HP to work with though, needs to be bodied by Tempest. And now, Greedon trying to get the last touch, manages to grab him, but that's not without the sacrifice of his own KO. Now here comes Ikura, not done just yet. The slashes are through, and now Big Bad Dojo is here to play. Shindy makes it happen.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And look at that. Orangutan right now does have the XP lead and the point lead as well, though it is not quite a lot. Not just yet, as we are still in the early game. In just a minute, though, we're going to be seeing the first set of major objectives come up. And whoever's going to be taking down the first one is going to have a huge advantage moving forward.
I mean, they're being so annoying, just chasing the side of OMO Abyssinian around their central area. Sure, you get ice, but this is the age-old Greedon's agenda, right? He doesn't actually care. He's just gonna run around, cause chaos, force you to use resources on him, and he's gonna play just the most absolutely annoying Pokemon Pokemon Unite that you'll ever see. I mean, they have such just mentally damaging components here, and I mean, Ikura, he's actually making this Sableye look really formidable with the way he's making these maneuvers.
I mean, it's not the same Sableye that we've seen before, especially after the nerf, where the range to which you are able to detect the Sableye was just wide enough for the team that doesn't have it. But still, though, Nightfall Days gonna be able to make sure that they're gonna be able to take down 2, no, perhaps make that 3. BKZ, though, is gonna be taken out as well.
That was beautiful play from Shaw. I'm not sure if you caught that. He danced that to perfection on that Zoroark. Okay, biding his time, trying to get the damage. Okay, knockoff finishes off his opponent there, Ikura, making it happen. Confused Ray coming out, very interesting build. Chaos Glower as well, takes down that Wall Turtle, and he's not done this yet. Ikura putting the team on his back right now, jumping forward. They actually surf back Tempest, and here's another heavy slam. Shirley runs towards the berry. The Gluttony almost Solar Beam, not enough. The ticks don't hit him in time for him to pick up that citrus berry, and he heals a lot from that.
If it were the Ice Skill Spear that actually came about as a follow-up damage, I think that would have been a huge KO here into the side of OMO Abyssinian. But look at that though, Berry Belly. Yeah, it was gonna be popped up as well just to be able to survive.
I mean, Ikura staying in dangerous territory right now, looking for an angle. Tempest a little bit of trouble, forced to pop the block out, chased down by Ice. Belch available, and Electro Ball finishing them off. Okay, Blastoise needs to be careful, has the Water Spout. Ikura might be in a bit of trouble here, peeking out a bit too far forward and gonna lose that I guess pressure there. Now they have the Hoopa bringing people up to the top side as well. Hydro Typhoon manages to rip it into BKZ. I don't know whether that's the target you wanted though, as the rest of the defenders, OMO Abyssinian coming through. They take down the Greedent, and Schwa definitely is online. Level 11 on this Zoroark.
Level 11 on the Zoroark does have access to its Unite move once again, though. Definitely would be able to dish out so much damage, especially that it does have the Violet and the Orange buff in the game right now. And still going to be able to try to get in more XP, more levels, just to prepare themselves for the upcoming team fights.
Okay, Sableye once again, I mean, getting punished for overextending here. And I mean, this is bound to happen when you have a team full of multi-pronged sort of, you know, assaults. But I mean, the Sableye, he had a really good swell time, right? He was really getting these pickoffs, forcing a lot of reactions. And right now, I mean, now that OMO Abyssinian are starting to rack up these objectives, it's getting harder and harder for them to take these team fights in a feasible way. The Mew Z-Ray just gonna surf through, but can't get out of the clutches of this big bad Zoroark. Still slashing through Confused Ray, but Triple Trample coming through, actually getting blocked by the Snorlax Shield. What did I just see? Xingdi, he's gonna be so upset about that situation. Oh no, the Lapras Unite move not in time. Has the Water Pulse damage though coming through. BKZ trying to do his work, but Power Nap right there. Tempest just taking a big slumber right in front of them, and the reset is perfect. OMO Abyssinian, they're playing flawless, but Orangutan, they're the ones with the point lead.
Man, Tempest was able to stop stop Xingdi as well, and put them just stuck there at that place, at that moment, at that spot, allowing for their team to just do free damage against Xingdi.
Yeah, I mean, Xingdi, that was a bit of an awkward one. They don't actually finish him off. He manages to escape. Now, ooh, Ikura getting picked apart here. This Zoroark really just has his number. Wants nothing with that pesky ghost Pokemon. He's going to be able to score a couple of big overdunks here. 49, which means 39 additional.
38.
Yeah, I don't think it necessarily closes the gap in a big way. Orangutan still definitely have the scoring lead. And it's just scary, right? Because once a legendary pick comes around, that's where these teams find their weaknesses.
Yeah, I mean, this is still the mid game here. They're still trying to get in their XP, still trying to get in their points. But all what matters is how they're going to be preparing for that of the Rayquaza, because that is all it boils down to, you know, the very last moment. Because yes, they might be able to win the team fights in the early game, in the mid game, but that final moment with Rayquaza is what matters the most.
Yeah, I mean, Ikura gonna get caught out by the Imprisoned. Luis nicely placing that little zone. And oh, BKZ going for a sneaky dunk here. I like that a lot. Not gonna be able to get it in time though. The defenders come through. Now BKZ might be in some trouble. Needs to get out of this situation, but the block is there. That's gonna be a downed Lapras KO claimed by Miva on that Blastoise. 10 seconds left until the final stretch. They want to find an angle. Miva has that Unite move. He chooses to pop it off, but it's against a bunch of pesky customers. Can't actually catch up to them, as right now we're into the end game.
Yes, sirree. This could potentially be the final team fight in this match. J.R. Absent going in for the Unite move right now. Rings and bounds to have everyone into this team fight. They're going to be able to take down Ikura. Ikura is still not up there, but Abyssinian is going to be able to secure this Rayquaza for themselves. Now, all they need to do is just ignore everyone else and score.
I mean, they don't have the Chaos Glower on that Sableye, and they're just gonna pick him off, and just like that, OMO Abyssinian, I think they've just done it here. I think they've reversed it from third place in April to conquering their two predecessors. I mean, conquering the two that were above them. I don't know what else you can do. Now, you still have 1 minute. It's a 200-point deficit, but the angles, they're closing in for Orangutan right now.
Right, there's still, you know, it's still going to be a lot here, you know, for them to catch up. But at the same time, you have to remember that there's still, at the very least, a minute left for them to catch up against Abyssinian here, though it is less likely to happen. Oh, here comes another 40, though. No, not quite enough. No. That already seals the deal, dude. That already seals the deal. That 80 points already seals the deal here for Abyssinian, and it seems to say we're going to be getting our champions right here, right now, for the APAC-EAST regional playoffs. That is going to be OMO Abyssinian sealing the deal to fly down to Yokohama.
And not just that, let me remind you, flying down to Yokohama on an all-expense-paid trip, and look at that, Orangutan know it as well, just some final dances, but Luis not even gonna let him indulge in that. 15 seconds left on the clock, but I'm sure these players, they've already sort of taken their hands off the controller here. This one's done and dusted. Everyone give a big round of applause to your winners for the APAC-EAST Regional Finals. None other than OMO Abyssinian, clawing their way back from April tournament third place, defeating the second place Orangutan, defeating the first place Old Guys, and what a triumphant return for some of the AFR members of old.
What a day.
Yeah.
What a day.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I mean, okay, before we move on here, I do have to congratulate Orangutan as well, because they've made it to this finals, right? It was a huge undertaking ahead of them, and understandably, with the way that OMO Abyssinian have been playing, it's just clear that right now they are the better team. Now, Orangutan, they did try and go out with style here, which I can really respect. Ikura brought out that Sableye, not a Pokemon we see a lot anymore, and made it work here and there, right? Had some nice KOs, had some nice instances, but at the very end of the day, just got picked off one too many times by Schwa, and the Zoroark is just way too impressive.
Wow, I just had to drink some water off of that game, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, that was intense. And once again, as you have mentioned, huge props here for Orangutan for getting in second place, and of course to OMO Abyssinian for getting in first place as well. And with that being said, man, I don't think we have to take a look over at the stats anymore because, man, what else is there for us to look at if we're already looking at the champions?
Absolutely here. And just to remind everyone, all these teams, including old guys who were knocked out at third place, are going to Yokohama in August. So that's when the Worlds is happening. That's when, you know, the real challenge begins, when you're up against the rest of the most powerful teams in the world. What can you bring to the table? Everyone's going to be playing on LAN as well, so that's definitely going to be fun. But for now, that's going to more than likely conclude our, I mean, it just concludes our games for the day, right? We've had a bit of a slobber knocker of a day. I think we've had a lot of games go the distance in that 2-1. You know, it's always been close. They've never really given us a moment to breathe here at the casting desk. And honestly, I'm not too mad about that.
Of course. I mean, who could be... Who's going to get mad about that?